Hey y'all, how is everyone doing on this wonderful Sunday night, y'all? My name is Shonda and I am with from Dusty Beauty Designs, and I am here to show y'all a super fun Dollar Tree makeover, y'all. And y'all, it is a kid's toy. That's right, it's a Dollar Tree kid's toy, which is my favorite. I love that. Okay, so y'all, we are going to make over this. This is a plastic shovel from the Dollar Tree. When you get it, it is blue and yellow, okay? It's plastic. It is blue and yellow, and it's, you know, it's in the kids' toy section, okay? Just a plastic, cute little shovel. So I took mine and I painted it with this Rust-Oleum hammered paint, okay? So it kind of looks like, you know, it's got that hammered look on it. But then we're gonna do something else. We're gonna rustify it, y'all. And then I'm gonna make the handle look like it's wooden. Or we're gonna attempt to anyway. Y'all know me. I mean, I come on here and just do things that I've never done before. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. So, hey Mom. So I figured, why not? Let's just do it, y'all. So, alright, so here we go. Let me get this pulled up here so I can see everybody's comments. It's easier to kind of see them over here, to be honest, y'all. I'm a little bit blind. Not really. I've actually got really good vision. I just, sometimes it's hard to see. Hey, Tammy. Okay, so let's do this. Let's see if I did it. Okay. And let me pin it. I don't know why this keeps doing this, but y'all, I don't understand sometimes why this does this, but okay, got it. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to be using this. Super funny. I love it. I think it's great that this is a plastic kid's toy. All right, and then we're going to Mod Podge a little bit. I'm using this really pretty napkin. Y'all have seen me use this napkin a couple of times, okay? I've used with the yellow. I've used this napkin. I love it. I think it's really pretty. But we're going to Mod Podge. I'm going to use one of my little wood. This is just a wood square from Oriental Trade, y'all. I bought this from Oriental Trade, and it comes with like a pack of 10 or 12 of them for next to nothing. Hey, Wisteria girl, how are you? Tammy, I was just looking at paste to order, and chalk paste, and there's one called Wisteria, just so you know. Okay, y'all, and then I am going to use our transfer Live in Full Bloom. Okay, so this transfer has 6 different little transfers that come with it. I'm going to use this Hello tonight. Isn't that cute? So it fits really good on that little square that I have, y'all. And then this one also comes with, and y'all seen me use this one. You've seen me use that one. I've used the Welcome off that one. I've used this one a couple of times, actually, because I use the flowers. And I have not used that one yet. Okay? So, you see the endless possibilities with all these. Okay? This one's a great, great, great transfer. I did cut this one apart just because they're easier to work with this size for me. A lot of the times, you know, I'll just score them and take them apart that way. But anyway, I did cut those apart. So, let's get busy, y'all. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint this little just wooden square so that it can be drying and I can Mod Podge on it, y'all. And this is just a mat, y'all, from Dollar Tree. You can see I use it a lot. So, and I'm going to use this Waverly chalk in plaster to paint this little square. Okay. And I am going to spray my board with just a little bit of water, y'all, okay? Just because it's very, very dry. It is a raw wood, dry, you know, board. So I like to kind of do that when I'm working with chalk paint, because chalk paint's really thick and, you know, it just don't move well if it doesn't have a little bit of thin out to it, y'all. Well, that's what I found anyway. So, I'm just putting one coat on this because I'm Mod Podging over this, y'all. But I just wanted that background. You know, if you Mod Podge, I don't know if y'all have Mod Podged with a napkin before, but you kind of want a background to it, okay? You want a little bit of a color background, even if it's white. Unless, of course, the napkin is really dark. But you go down to one layer on a napkin. So, yeah, it will show through. I mean, I've used all different colors of napkins, and they usually show through. And now I have done it on wood, y'all, and it's fine on some things. So, oh, hey, girl. So, does anybody have any plans for tonight? I know the town that my mom lives in, and then the one I lived in for 24 years, they're doing their big fireworks tonight, and I got a little piece of wood on there, y'all. They're doing their fireworks tonight, and y'all, it was weird. I was reading the mayor, the old mayor's, he was the mayor for years, and he wrote a post on today, and it said that I guess a lot of people were asking why they did it on the 3rd instead of the 4th, and he said it was all completely because of the cost of the fireworks and the people who put fireworks off, that the charges and the pricing goes up tremendously when it's on the 4th. So I was like, okay, look, I mean, I think that's a great thing. He said more bang for your buck. Tammy, yes. How did that happen? Was that caused from fireworks, or was it something else? You know, y'all, it's always a little scary about some fireworks, y'all. So I'm just drying this, y'all, so I can Mod Podge on it. So see, we just got one coat on it. I'm not going to do the back because you're not going to see the back. If you want to, you can. And for tonight's supply list, type in shovel, S-H-O-V-E-L, shovel. And I've also pinned a link in the description, or in the comments actually. I pinned a comment because I've learned how to do that. So just dry this really good. Okay. I think it was the fireworks. They put in the trash can. Oh no, Tammy, that's terrible. I'm always worried about people putting off fireworks that, you know, have never really done it before. Oh, that's a little bit wet still. Just, you know, it's just a little scary. Real scary, actually. That's sad. Now, the chalk paint dries really fast, but again, this is raw wood, so it sinks in. Okay. So, let's paint on the Mod Podge. Actually, let me get a smaller little brush here. And I'm just going to Mod Podge the top of this, y'all. Just make sure that you have an even layer all across, all the way to the edge, so that your napkin lays down and it adheres all the way to the edge and doesn't, you know, come up. A little bit more. Thank y'all for the hearts. Okay. So I was down here earlier getting all my stuff ready, y'all, to take to the beach. I'm going to be crafting from the beach. It's going to be fun. Told you I'm gonna make my men craft with me. They're not real happy about it, but they're gonna do it. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna do it. Okay, so y'all know that I like to do the iron method with my Mod Podge. So I put my Mod Podge on, and then I dry the Mod Podge. And you dry it completely. I mean, pretty much completely. I mean, if you got a little sticky here and there, it's fine. But I've noticed that if you dry it completely, you can move around your napkins, especially the napkins. You can move around your napkins without them sticking down and, you know, creating yourself an issue. Okay. Almost dry. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay. So, I like to take my little fingers, y'all, for my glue gun. You know, your glue for your fingers, your hot finger things, so that it don't, so it don't burn you. I like to use them just for this. I never use them for my glue gun. And I just go like this, y'all. I just kind of go like that, like I'm snapping, okay? And you pull very gently. Now, I think, there's another layer on there. Okay, I thought this was a 3-layer. You want every layer gone, except for the top layer, okay? This is a 3-ply. Because if you do not pull every ply off, it'll just come off your board, or whatever surface you're working with. So just make sure. And normally the packaging tells you what, what ply it is. So just make sure to, oh, you know what? I'm going to cut this real quick before I take off that last ply because, no, never mind. I'm just going to take it off. It'll already be off. I don't need, of course, this whole thing. So now I'm not going to use the yellow tonight, y'all. I'm just going to use the green. I just want to check just a simple little background for this little piece of wood. I know y'all probably thinking, what in the world are you going to use with the wood? What, you're going to paint on the beach towel and flip-flops or something? Hey, Caroline. No, Mom, I'm going to do it in the room. That's funny, though. Okay. So, we'll cut this right here. Make sure I have enough. Okay, and then you can keep this other piece if you need to, or if you want to. How are you tonight, Caroline? All right, y'all, so let me try to get this straight. Just because it's checks, I kind of like it to be a little bit straight. But do you see I'm able to move this around because the Mod Podge is dry? And that's what I like. I like the Mod Podge to be dry. Caroline, I'm going to be seeing your friend down there, Sharon Walls. She is in Panama City, and we are staying at the same place. I know y'all are friends. Okay. Now, I got it. Now I'm just going to take a piece of parchment paper. Okay, and this again is parchment paper. Parchment. And then I've got my little travel iron, okay, and I've set it on high, and I start from the middle and work out, okay. And what the heat does is it reactivates the Mod Podge and adheres your napkin to your surface, okay. This is one of my favorite things to do because The options are endless with possibilities, or the possibilities are endless, I guess. You know, for a backdrop, or for a background, you know, or your canvases. Change up whatever canvas you're working on. You know, whether it's wood, I've used this on metal, glass, you know, whatever. I've not used it on plastic, which you could. You just couldn't use the iron technique on it, y'all. You just have to just do it the wet method. So, okay. Then I take it up and I do the edge check, okay? I make sure that all my edges are down, and they are. And then I just kind of cut around it. Cut off your excess, and then I'm going to take my sanding block, okay, and I am going to sand off the edge and make it a clean edge. Okay, so just take your little sanding block, hold your edge, and sand down, okay? You're going to go in the downward motion. Don't go up. You'll pull it off, okay? Just comes off really nice and clean. I love this method with the iron especially, but just because it gives me time to kind of move around my napkin and not have it adhere so, you know, so fast. So you see, it gives us a clean, beautiful background now, okay, to chalk on. Because we're going to chalk on it. You know we are. You know we are. Okay, so I'm going to just poke out these holes because I do need the holes, y'all. I need them. Because I will be putting some strength in there. Some jute. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this aside. I'm going to let that dry some. And let's work on our little shovel, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So let me get some paper towels. Actually, no. I'm just going to do this on a piece of my parchment paper so that I can, when I go to put on my cinnamon, because you know I'm going to rustify this, y'all. I want it to be able to, did I get stuff on there? I want to be able to put it back in my little jar. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do the handle and do the this part, the little handle here, and then it's still a handle, but this part of the handle. Okay, and then we'll work on the bottom part last. Again, I have painted this plastic. It was blue and yellow. You can actually see where I scratched it a little bit. And that's it. It's a Dollar Tree plastic kids shovel. All right. So I'm going to take some brown, and these are all apple barrel paints that I'm using. This one is chocolate sprinkle. Okay. And I'm going to be using a sponge tonight and a paintbrush. This one is white, just plain apple barrel white. Okay. This one is khaki. You kind of use a lot of different little colors, y'all. This one is timeless gray. Okay. I need quite a bit of that because that one's what makes it look metal. And then I use a little bit of this outrageous orange to help with the rust look. Okay. Let's start off with that. I think we're good right there. And then we need more, we'll go with more. So, all right. So, and then of course I have my cinnamon, and we'll use that in just a moment. All right. Let me get a brush, and I'm going to start out by, well, let's go ahead and do our little handle up here, y'all. Okay. So I'm going to use some gray. Okay. And you just start dabbing it on. I like to use a sponge in this because it kind of gives it that metal look. Okay, so I'm just, see how I'm just sponging it on. Okay, and we'll try to get it in those little cracks right here. Try to get it everywhere just so it doesn't look, you know, plastic. We want it to look metal, y'all, not plastic. We want it to look like an old rusty metal shovel that we've left outside. Now, anyone who knows my husband knows this would never be a shovel at our house. Jim would not have no rusty shovel nowhere in our home. Okay, so let me get in there and kind of do that. Now, I'm going to have a little bitty brush. I think I'm going to try to use this little foam brush, y'all, because I need to get, there we go. There's these little bitty crevices right there and in here. Okay, so we're going to use our foam brush in there as well. Okay, so here's what we have so far. You see? Kind of looks crazy, right? I know. All right, so now, hope y'all can see that. I'm going to use a little bit of the brown, okay? And I'm going to just kind of dab some of it. Again, I'm not too worried about the back. You will not see this because it'll be hanging, for me anyway, so you won't really see it. Now, I'm not worried about getting in there. Okay, you see, we're coming to life, y'all. We're coming to old life. We're gonna make it old looking, y'all. All right, let me get up under here. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take just a little bit of this orange and just kind of start dabbing on just a little here and there. Just really give it that rusty look, okay? You know, the rust is kind of on your edges, you know. And then when I'm finished with this part, then I'll go back through with my cinnamon. Okay, all right, now I want to make this kind of look like wood, y'all. Okay, so I'm just going to take a paintbrush and I'm going to kind of mix some of my browns, this brown and this khaki, to kind of just give it a, and I'm going to just start going like this, okay? Just, my handle's a little bit wet, but it's kind of drying pretty fast, okay? And I'm just going to take it like this and kind of, and then I'm going to go back over it, you'll see, hold on, and make it look like it's going to have some grain in it. Okay, so you see I'm just trying, kind of giving it that little, you know, kind of a woodsy kind of look. Okay, now I'm going to take some white and really kind of just do some light strokes down it, okay? Really light strokes. So that that other kind of shows through. I don't really want to see any black, okay? So I'm going to try to get rid of that black. I mean, not so much of it. I'm okay with it kind of being in the background a little bit, but I really want this to look wood. Okay. I'm getting a little bit on the handle, but that's okay. Or the what is this called? The spade. Isn't that called the spade part, maybe? I don't know. I feel like I want to call it that. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit more of the dark brown. I know this is a little bit of a process, y'all, but it's so fun. Okay? Now, again, light strokes. Okay? Light strokes. Give it that wood grain look, y'all. Looks like it's got some wood grain. Okay, there you have it. Okay, so we've got our wood look. We've got our rusty handle. Now let's do our spade, okay? And I think I'm just gonna let that sit right there because it'll dry. Okay, so let's actually do the back first. And again, we're gonna use our sponge, okay? And I'm gonna take my gray, just on my sponge, and just start sponging on this, okay? Just like that. Just sponge it on, and it kind of gives it that metally look. Kind of looks like galvanized metal, really, especially with this black that I painted on. Already having the hammered look, it already has texture on it. So, okay, I'm gonna use my little paintbrush here, y'all. Get up in here. Just like that. Now, oh, okay, don't forget, you got wet paint up here, Shauna. Got some wet paint up here. Let me get my fingerprints out of here. Fingerprints do not look like wood at all. I mean, at all. Okay, I'm gonna hold it up here. Now, you can see, kind of looks, again, a little funky, all right? That's okay. So now let's do this little part up here, this little handle part. And y'all can do this to any kind of surface, okay? You can make, this is not, but is this just called the shovel? It's not called the spade or the shovel. Jim, don't call me out. All right, now I'm just taking my brown, my dark brown, and I'm going to kind of go over it a little bit. Just to get that old look on there, y'all. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to take some of this orange again. We're going to kind of do some edges. Okay. So that when I put my cinnamon on this, if the cinnamon doesn't adhere completely to it, this will still have like this little rusty looking background. I mean, you could just stay with this. This still looks rusty, you know? It definitely looks rusty. I just like the dimension of the cinnamon. I love the smell. All right, so let's do the front. Let's go back with our gray. And just dab it on. And I just find the sponges are easier to work with to do this kind of this technique. I like it. I think it looks the best. I think it's easier. It gives it that texture the easiest way. I'm sure you could do this with paintbrushes and stuff, but I don't know. I just think this is the easiest. It gives it that look of metal. Okay. All right, let's take some brown. Brown. I like the way the brown kind of makes it look. Okay, and now some of this orange. And y'all know what a rusty, you know what a rusty shovel looks like when left outside, y'all. I mean, that's what it looks like. It's definitely got that old rusty look to it, you know. Okay. A little more brown. And you can do as much as you want. You can, you know, it's your preference. It's whatever you want it to look like. I really like the rusty look on it. So that's what I go with. Okay. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to set this over here and let it dry. Okay. Let it dry, and we're going to go ahead and chalk our little sign for it, because that's what we're doing. We're just making a cute little sign, y'all, or cute little hanger. Y'all, this will be cute on the outside. Like if you have, like I have a backyard, I have a fence. This will be cute just hanging on the fence with some flowers. You know, it's just a really cute little, I don't know, I think it's cute anyway. Cute little hanger, y'all. Okay. We've got our little wooden piece that we have Mod Podged. Now, we need to fuzz this transfer very well. Our transfers are super sticky. They are reusable. So you want to basically put some lint on the back so that they don't adhere to your surface, especially if it's a painted surface or this Mod Podge napkin. You really want to make sure to get some fuzz on it so that it releases pretty easy. Okay. And listen, y'all, don't forget, everyone who comments, I put your name in the bucket, and I will be doing a drawing next Sunday for Happy Mail. So I sent out my Happy Mail. It's actually going out Tuesday because of the holiday, but I sent out Happy Mail today to a lucky winner, and it was the bag that I made. So who knows what I'll send out next. Okay, I think we're good. Now, I am going to wax the surface as well, okay? Now, that sounds kind of crazy, but I do not want this transfer pulling up this napkin, okay? And so this is just our surface wax. It's clear. It has no smell. I think it is in stock right now. If not, grab you some wax from, I got mine, my first stuff before I got this at Walmart. And it was just, where is it? It's this. Kills wax. Okay. Whoop, clear. There it is. Kills. You can get that at Walmart. Okay. So I would just suggest picking you some up. If it's from us or who won. Brandy Hicks did. Brandy won. Oh no, yes, Brandy Hicks won the bag. And then Janice won a Happy Mail as well. Okay, so you just put on a little bit of wax and then you turn, this is just our little wax applicator, then you turn it over and kind of buff it off. You don't want a ton on there. All right, so, and I am using 3 colors tonight, y'all. And I'm going to put this in the middle. Let's see. And if you put your transfer on your surface and hold it up to the light, it's pretty easy to see, or most of the time it's pretty easy to see if you're crooked or not. I think we're good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some pesto. Now this is our sample packs, and if you are a club member, you get 3 sample packs a month with an exclusive transfer. And this is one of the sample pack sizes that you would receive, and it just depends on what the month is. Like this month, this is the monthly transfer, that one right there. and it comes with red, black, and eucalyptus. So really pretty colors. But this is pesto. I don't have any pesto in the jar, so I was like, you know what? We're going to use what I've got in my little sample packs, because I've got some samples that I've picked up. Now, also I want to show y'all, to close your sample packs again, you make sure you don't have any paste on the outside, okay, just like that. Then you take some Scotch tape, y'all, okay. Now, I'm going to show y'all, I may have to cut it back open if I don't have enough paste, but that's okay. You see, you just cut it like a little sliver off, but you take your tape just like that, put it on one side, and literally fold it over and press. And this paste, I have not used this packet of paste probably in 2 months, and it's still just fine, okay? Just, I always suggest to knead it a little bit before you open them. Any of them, just knead them, and that way it kind of helps them, you know, get squishy again. Okay, so I'm going to do all around this area in pesto, and my leaves right here in pesto. Yes, that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and do that. I think this pesto is a very pretty color. Very, very pretty. And I have enough. I'm good. I was wondering if I was going to have enough, but I definitely, just enough, y'all. It don't take much. Okay? Does not take much. Okay. There's that, and then I'm going to do this little, this is our Couture Coral. Beautiful, beautiful color. And I'm going to do my flower in that. Okay. You know, just paste on, take your excess, put it back in your jar. And then last, I'm going to do my words in black. Well, let me just, y'all, I've packed some of my mini squeegees to go to the beach with me, so they're probably in there. All right. So let's just take our black and do our word. Very simple, but you can see this is going to be just super cute. Great way to make a cute little decoration. And you know, it's just fun. Just fun. I love doing it. Okay. Y'all, always get black all over me. Never fails. All right. Here we go. Let me get a hold of it. Hope y'all can see it. See how beautiful that is? Y'all hit the heart button if you love it. Okay. So, you'll just take this to your sink. Use water on it. Now, I clean mine on a little mat down here, but you take it to your sink. Tap water. Not hot, not cold, just tap water on it. You take a board eraser and you clean the surface back and front very gently, okay? And then you lay it down to dry, all right? I do mine on a mat down here because I'm in the basement, and we do not have a kitchen down here yet, but that's how I do mine. Very easy, okay? And I'm going to use this grandiose one tonight because I've already packed my little one. Let's go ahead and dry this. Okay. Dries really quick. Just so you know, chalk paste starts out, isn't it pretty, Mom? Thank you. It starts out shiny. As it dries, it turns matte, okay? So it turns flat looking. Okay? And it, like I said, it dries super fast. It's chalk paste. All right. Let me turn the iron off over here, y'all. Alrighty, so let me put this away, get it out of my way, and then we will finish this little cute little project up. Alright. Okay, we'll set this off to the side over here, y'all. And listen, don't throw away your backer sheets to your transfers, okay? Your shiny side is where your sticky of your transfer will go to, and then this flat side, that's the back of your transfer. Don't throw these away because you will use your transfers over and over again. It says up to 10 to 12 times, but I've definitely used some of mine more than that. So just FYI. All right, let's get this dry, y'all. Okay. Let's get this little thing dry. And let me black is showing right there. I didn't want that. All right. I just want to give that some like to make it look like wood. Okay, let's get this dried up good. And be careful, this is plastic. Okay, be careful drying this. Okay, now I'm not going to dry that part too much because I'm actually going to put some, I'm about to wet it again to put some cinnamon on it, so I'm not really too worried about that. I do want to get this handle dry. We're pretty good. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm just going to use my little piece of parchment paper. Okay, and I am going to, I'm just going to use some paint, y'all. I was going to use Mod Podge, but I've got all this paint left, so I'm just going to use some of this paint. Okay, and I am going to just take a sponge and just kind of go along the edge. Okay, wherever I want that, where I want the cinnamon. Okay, and you just take your cinnamon and sprinkle it on, just like that. And you've got rust. I love it. I think it looks so cool. My daddy he definitely had some rusty shovels sometimes sitting out when he, you know, if we'd be gardening or whatever. Okay, we'll do a little bit on this handle. So that's what we've got so far. And we'll do a little bit up here on this handle. And just wherever else you want it, just to give it some character. Don't have to have a lot of rust on it, but you know, just some. Okay. Now, here's what I like to go back and do. I like to go back and take some of my dark brown. Okay, they're still used. I know, Mom. I know. I like to take some of my dark brown where I've got that rust, and I like to go back in it and just put a little bit of that paint back in there. I don't think you could, I mean, I guess the only thing that would happen to a shovel that has rusted so bad would be like the handle rot. You know what I mean? That would be about the only thing to me. I mean, I don't know what else would. I mean, I know that metal could rust through. But you know, a shovel, y'all, is it's thick. It's not light. It's not skinny. Okay. So, y'all, that seriously looks like an old, rusty, definitely an old, rusty shovel. I'm just going to put a little bit on the back here. I'm just dabbing this in there. Okay. And y'all, I could do this for hours, so I'm gonna quit, okay? I get a little wild with it and just keep going. I know. I have a, you know, you have a certain look that you want in your head, and you're like, okay, I gotta get to that look. All right, so that's what we have. Just a cute little rusty looking shovel with a wooden looking handle, okay? All right. Let me put this away and we will put it all together, y'all. Let me open this up, try to attempt to get this cinnamon back in here. I'm going to attempt. We shall see. It smells really good though, y'all, I'm telling you. Do y'all like the smell of cinnamon? You need to get your great-great-grandmother's. Yes, I do, Mom. You're right. I do. That'd be awesome. I could hang that down here in the basement after we finish with it. That'd be really pretty. I'm definitely doing antiques down here, so that would be beautiful. Okay. So, y'all hopping on, hit the heart button. And tonight's word is shovel. I have pinned a link, but the word is shovel. All right. So, I have this cute little sign. And I wanted to put a couple of actual flowers on it, okay? So I think I'm going to use this one and this one. I love these flowers. They are absolutely beautiful. And I just think I want to put just some real looking flowers on it. You know, they look real. And I'm going to put them over where this flower is. But I did that flower just so it would have a background to it. Okay. I just think it's so pretty. Thanks, Tammy. Tammy, are you having better luck with your stuff, or are you able? I know it's been holidays, so you probably hadn't even had a whole lot of time to work with it. But, girl, just keep working with it. You'll get it. I promise. It's not... once you get it, then you're like, oh, okay. And then, you know, even after you've been doing it for a while, things happen. I mean, things happen. The lady that I signed up under has been doing it for 4 years. She's amazing. And she still has things that happen. You know, she still has little things that happen. So, okay. So that's what we have. So cute. And I'm going to make just a quick bow, y'all. I know, a bow. Unbelievable. Haven't had, I figured, Tina. Okay, so here's the bow we're going to make. I think probably, I don't know. Let's do about that big. I don't know how big that is. Probably 8 inches. Alright, and then I'm going to use this new ribbon that I bought at Sam's, y'all. Their ribbon, they've got it on sale right now. Or they've lowered the price on. I don't know if it's actually a sale or they've just lowered the price. But this is a peachy color. They don't really tell the colors of them on there. So I'm not really sure what, but it is peach color. It's kind of a peachy color. Very pretty though. And y'all, this ribbon right here, my favorite. This came from Hobby Lobby, but that is my favorite. Mom, I know that you love that. Okay, and same thing with this. I'm just going to, I think what I'm going to do, I'll do 2 in that color, I think. you may only just do one and one. This is going to be a very simple bow on this. So, all right, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to put this on my, where do I want it? I think I'll put it right there. Okay, and I'm going to put my string through here, y'all. And I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to use this, but I kind of just want to cover those holes up. I know you do, Mom. I know. Listen, I have another one too that actually has flowers that stick out on it, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, beautiful. So, all right. So we're going to put that there, and I'm just going to put some hot glue on this to get it to stick. Okay. And then I can tie it. Okay. And again, this is just something cute, something, I don't know, just something fun. Or I think it's fun. Okay. I'm just going to hold this over here, tie this. Now, this tying probably is not going to do a whole lot. Maybe it will. Okay. I'm just using a piece of jute to tie this. Y'all, I love these little wooden squares from Oriental Trade. They're really fun, and a lot of our square transfers fit them perfectly. I mean, perfect. So, all right, let me turn this around so I can see y'all. Okay, and here's what I want to do. I'm literally just tying a bow, or not even a bow. It's literally just a, just kind of a, I don't know. It's just kind of a little knot kind of. This might not be long enough. I might have to, let me cut them a little bit bigger. I'll use these somewhere else, those. Don't you worry, I shall use them somewhere else. Alright, so let's cut this one a bit bigger. That should do it. Y'all, this would be cute to give to a teacher for her room. You know, you don't have to do the rusty look. You know, you could just do it like a little, I don't know, like a regular little shovel, and kind of do it, you know, in the theme of the room or whatever they have their room in. I think that'd be cute. Okay, and then let's tie this one on. You know what? We're going to tie them together. That's what we're going to do. I want this one on the outside because this one's bigger, so let's just tie them like this. It's going to be the easiest. Just a cute little bow, nothing major. I mean, literally, I'm tying a knot on here. And that is it, a knot. Okay. Okay, just like that. And then we are going to dovetail the ends. Make sure I get that on the pretty side. Dovetail the ends. Dovetailing means just you're kind of putting a V shape in the bottom of the ribbon. You fold it, cut that way. That's all I can tell you, y'all, because I'm terrible. I'm terrible at it. Terrible. Okay. I'm actually going to, yeah, let's do a little shorter, because that one over there is shorter. And that's it. Super simple. don't have to dovetail them. You can do them however you want. I just think it's prettier to dovetail them. Gives it a finished look to me. But again, you do not have to do it that way. Now when I'm doing this way, I have to sit and think, y'all, because I will do it the wrong way. Just like I almost did. Oh, I just did it wrong way. I knew I did. Y'all, it's terrible when I'm not doing it the right way, and I do it all the time. All the time. I do it the wrong way. My brain, I don't know. Sometimes it just don't do right. Okay. Hold on, let me think. Nope, almost did it again. Alright. There you have it. Just a super simple, cute little project, y'all. Very easy just to do, and make it your own. Do whatever you want with it. You've seen in that transfer, it has 6 different things that you could actually put right here on this one. So, anyway, thank y'all tonight for joining me. I don't know if I'll see y'all tomorrow night live. I've got a video, so you'll see a video of me, but we will be at the beach tomorrow night for the first night. So I'm not sure, and it's 4th of July, we're going to fireworks. I may go live from there, who knows? But anyway, thank y'all for joining me. Thanks everyone who sprinkles and spreads the love. I so appreciate it. It helps my page. And remember, everyone who comments, I will put you in my bucket. See y'all later.